Today's Dallas Cowboys Report is made possible by True Classic Tees. If you're like me, you kind of got a little bit of a beer belly, but you still feel like a winner when you're rocking these True Classic Tees, the most comfortable shirts, the best fitting shirts for men out there. 25% off at trueclassictees.com/chat. When you use promo code chat, should be automatically applied, but that is the deal. More on them later on. In the meantime, some other winners beyond these shirts. How about most of the safeties? We're breaking down some winners from the Cowboys preseason game against the Seahawks. I was very impressed with three names in particular: Israel Mukuamu, Markquese Bell, and Juanyeh Thomas. All three guys had an INT in this one. I thought Mukuamu in a lesser snap count was really impressive. Bell was in the right spot, right time for an INT. So was Juanyeh Thomas. Look, both INTs were off the chest of the receiver, so it is what it is. But all three guys showed they are worthy at least of a practice squad spot. Mukuamu will make the roster. I think Markquese Bell will as well. Thomas, a prime practice squad guy. We'll see about Tyler Coyle. He was not in a great spot. A lot of nickel reps because the Cowboys were hurt at corner. Didn't love him there, but he is offering special teams value. I got 9 more names to get to, which is kind of cheating because I already named 3, but whatever. Number 1 Cowboys winner against the Seahawks. Drop that name or names if you want to be an overachiever in the comment section. Next up is running back Rico Dowdle. You're going, Tom, how did you put a player who didn't even play in this game as a Cowboys winner? Pretty simple. If you're not playing, barring an unknown injury we don't know about, so knock on wood, that means the Cowboys think you're going to make this football team. I think the lack of Rico Dowdle tonight is a very clear sign he is going to make your 53-man roster. And it might be 4 backs who make the roster. Malik Davis, once again, a very impressive showing for the Cowboys. 15 carries, 44 yards. Those of you mathematically challenged, like me, that's 4.2 yards per carry. He didn't do that's actually only 2.9, but he did have a 13-yard run. There were a lot of bad run-blocking opportunities there. Overall, don't let the average fool you. I was very impressed by Malik Davis. He ran hard again tonight. I think he has a very real chance of making this 53-man roster. I lean right now. I changed my mind from our earlier roster projection. I think 4 backs make this team. I know, right? So if you can only pick one, though, who is it? MD for Malik Davis or RD for Rico Dowdle? Drop that prediction answer for me at the pinned comment. If the ad break comes here on YouTube, then take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. MD for Malik Davis, RD for Rico Dowdle. Tight end is next up here. That is Peyton Hendershot. Like I said on my Twitter at What Going Downey, I think Hendershot's performance, coupled with the Sean McEwen injury, pretty heavily wrapped at the last practice, by the way, his knee, is a sign that Hendershot will make this 53-man roster. 3 catches, 39 yards, 1 score. The coaching staff likes him. 7 targets. Not perfect tonight. I think there is still room for run-blocking growth, but he ran hard. He ran effectively once the ball was in his hands. I was impressed. I do think Hendershot, even if it's only 3 tight ends, with McEwen being a possible early season IR stash with a chance to return later on, I thought Hendershot played pretty well in this one. So do you think, in the end, that Peyton Hendershot will make this 53-man roster? Why for yes and for no? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. While you're down there, make sure you check out True Classic Tees. That URL, trueclassictees.com/chat, is in the comments section and in the description. If you're like me, you got a dad bod. It's okay. I have a daughter. I'm allowed to have a dad bod. That's what society tells me. But I have a tough time finding shirts that fit just right. This one fits better around here, but the arm length is like all the way down to here. I feel like I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt. They're a little too tight maybe around here. It just doesn't quite fit right. That is not the case for True Classic Tees. You're not going to find a better fitting shirt, athletic shirt, dress shirt, you name it. 25% off your order when you use promo code CHAT, C-H-A-T, at trueclassictees.com/chat. We'll make your life easy. Links in the comments section and the description for you guys. Check them out today. They are worth absolutely every penny. They're the best t-shirts I've ever owned. Our next winner, Sam Williams. And I want to be clear, he was not perfect. He was not the true Classic T winner of the night. I think that goes to, someone we'll get to maybe a little bit later on in today's show. Actually, I lied. It was Hendershot. I thought he played well in this game. A sack, 2 tackles for loss. He did have 2 penalties. That's a bit of a red flag for me. Looks like I counted 2 penalties in my notes. There was the one the broadcast never showed for reasons, but I saw pressure. I saw his pressure lead to an interception. I thought he played well against admittedly mostly backup O-line, but not all of them. Charles Cross was out there too for Seattle. I thought Williams had a good showing. He should feel confident about where he's at right now. So how many sacks for Sam Williams in 2022? I think your over-under should be around 5.5 on the high end, but let me know. Predictions for Sam Williams sacks this year. All right, let's go to receiver now. Simi Fehoko entering camp in the preseason was not guaranteed a roster spot, but he did play well in this game in the end. I thought Fehoko he had another touchdown catch, 2 catches, 1 TD on 5 targets. Did have 1 gaff on special teams, missed the chance to down a punt deep in the end zone, but he's outplayed Dennis Houston in the games that we can see. TJ Vasher again has been pretty quiet. Jalen Tolbert hasn't been the dominant player I'm hoping for quite yet, but he's not bad. Lamb, Gallup is not going to be helpless, I don't believe. Tolbert, Brown, Fehoko, Turpin, and maybe Dennis Houston end up making your 53-man team. Houston's not the lock he was earlier on in camp. Another receiver, Brandon Smith. And again, not perfect. There were some mistakes tonight out of Smith. There's a chance to make an awesome catch he couldn't quite bring in. Had a huge flag for holding. Could have iced the game earlier with the catch. Didn't do it. But 3 catches, 27 yards, 1 score. You can pretty much pencil in, I believe, Brandon Smith on your practice squads. And I know you're thinking, well, he might get poached. I'd be shocked. This happens every year. There are multiple players for every team that they're worried about getting poached as they waive them to get in the practice squad. 98 times out of 100, that guy does not get poached. So I would not be worried as we sit right now about Brandon Smith. Now, we will break down, by the way, the 53-man roster, the practice squad as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Dallas Cowboys Report. Hit that big red button if you haven't already. It's youtube.com/CowboysTV. Let's go to the quarterback, the one I was most impressed by. We broke down Will Grier, Rush last night. More on them in a second. I was once again impressed by Ben DiNucci. And I know he's playing against the 3rd and 4th stringers, but I thought DiNucci had his best preseason by a massive margin. So I was very impressed. He had a good game, 5 of 9, 65 yards and a touchdown. I do think this, though. He's your quarterback 4. Rush barely played, a clear sign of the Cowboys thinking he's quarterback 2. Grier was not perfect. He was kind of slow early on, got going a little bit as the game went on. I think it's more likely he's quarterback 3. Maybe all 3 make the roster, with Dak, of course, as QB1, Rush and Grier. Either way, you can definitely get DiNucci to your practice squad. How about John Ridgeway? Just a quick little shout out for Ridgeway's effort tonight. Didn't make a major box score impact. In fact, I'm looking at it right now, and he had 2 tackles. But there were some nice plays. He often freed up others to make plays, and that's what you want out of your big boy, your nose guard on the interior. One last name on defense, Daron Bland. Look, guys, as crazy as this is to me, I think he's quarterback 4 on this team. He did get beat for a long TD, which is like the first time he's really badly gotten beat in the preseason. But he was good in run support again. 2 pass breakups again. Nahshon Wright, we'll get to. Kelvin Joseph, we'll get to. But in the meantime, before we break down their performances and the injury for Kelvin Joseph, pick a corner 4. Obviously, it's Diggs, Brown, Lewis as your top 3. Who you want next up? KJ for Kelvin Joseph, NW for Nahshon Wright, or DB for Daron Bland. Let's talk losers. I do think Josh Ball got better as the game went on. I thought on the right side he fared better. Too many times, as I will consult my in-game notes, he was on the ground or looking the wrong way. Twice beat back-to-back, looking the wrong way, on the ground on a run play. You can't have that happening. I do not trust Josh Ball at left tackle. I don't. If you want to make him your swing, okay, fine, whatever. Maybe he keeps getting better, as I think he's gotten better overall in each of the preseason games. Tyler Smith unquestionably needs to be your left tackle. I feel bad because I thought Isaac Alarcon had played really well the first two games. He was outplaying Josh Ball. They played him at left guard tonight with Connor McGovern getting a series at center, then sitting down. Alarcon was bad tonight, even before his right ankle injury, which is a red flag. He walked on his own power. Good news there. Worked for a quarterback hit. Declined a flag. Holding. Declined. He got worked on that play, by the way, and had a false start. It was not good from Alarcon, and got better as the game went on, I thought. But early on, way too many, wow, Isaac got beat. Flag on Isaac. That is bad for him. I think he's better at tackle, but he's not your left tackle. Maybe he can be a backup for you, but I was hoping for more out of Alarcon in that effort. I was, unfortunately, pretty disappointed. Now, you can be mean here. Who is your number one Cowboys loser in this game? Who were you most disappointed by from an on-field performance performance standpoint? Let me know right now in the comments section. My biggest loser is actually the injuries. And after a pretty healthy previous couple weeks, the past week has been a disaster for the Cowboys. Not to mention Tyron Smith, brutal for me. Isaac Taylor-Stuart, the corner, leaves the game with an ankle injury. He might be an IR stash. Aaron Shampklin, a very concerning late-game injury. Couldn't walk off the field without help. He was limping badly, could put no pressure on there. Ankle Achilles, I don't know as of filming. That one's going to be worth monitoring. Isaac Alarcon, he got hurt. We mentioned him. Kelvin Joseph, head injury, possible concussion. We'll wait and see on that standpoint. I haven't seen much on this, but I'm filming it post-game, so we'll break it down anyway. Alec Lindstrom did leave the game late. I thought with an ankle injury, he's battling one already. He could also be an IR stash. Our last loser, 3 straight games. He's been on the losers list, and I'm sorry, it's Nahshon Wright. Now, he did have an awesome INT. I want to give him credit there. But he mostly was a disaster in run support. 2 different plays. He's on the edge, and the corner beats him to the corner. Or the back beats him to the corner. You can't do it. At corner, you've got to force the guy inside. You cannot lose the edge. Disaster there. Flagged a few times again. Had a couple good plays. He was better, but still not good enough for Nahshon Wright. I think he's going to make this team. I need more out of him if I'm going to give him actual minutes and snaps in games that matter.